Hello, Frenzy. My name is Kate Sherrick, and welcome back to Rosewater. Okay, so like I said in my previous episode, here we are celebrating Pride early this year. Get the fuck over it. If they want to make it a problem, I'm going to identify as a problem. Okay, so that being said, this whole next couple weeks and all through the month of June, I'd like to promote small queer-owned businesses. This and the Queer Liberation Library isn't a small business, but it is something you should definitely check out. I'll put links to the Queer Liberation Library. You can check it out. It's completely free to sign up. You just need an American address in order to do so, and they have access to thousands of books. It's all online, so it's all ebooks and audiobooks, which is wonderful. We could all probably use to save a little money in this day and age, right? So it's a great way to support a good cause. They also have a store with t-shirts and tote bags, things like that. It's a way to support them. It's a great way to support them. Also, join your local library as well. That's usually free. And there's there's access to all kinds of great things through your local library. And if you are participating, do recommend businesses or queer-owned businesses in the comments below. I might put a few in there myself, so make sure you do that. That being said, I'm not going to waste more time. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the story here.
Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
I want to know something about you, Danny.
Okay. Like what?
You and Jake known each other long?
Gosh, that's a good question. I guess it's been about 2 years?
Sounds about right.
Time goes by quick when you travel around as much as we do.
Okay, let's see here.
How did you two meet up, anyway?
Oh, Jake tells the story much better than I do. Ask him.
Just how old are you, anyway?
I'll be 21 this winter, but I can handle myself just fine if that's what you're worried about.
True enough. Danny's more experienced than some folk twice his age. You'd be a fool to underestimate him.
What did you do before becoming Jake's assistant?
Oh, nothing glamorous. I was a stable hand in Quick Point. Life with Gentleman Jake is certainly more, lively.
Have you got any family?
Sure. My parents and older brother live on the coast, near El Presidio. I write them every month. I haven't seen them in a dog's age, though. But Jake's been like family to me, really.
We should get a move on.
Okay, so that was it with him. Let's talk to Jake here.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
I've got some more questions about you.
I'm always happy to answer.
How'd you and Danny get together?
I was packing up after a run of shows in Quick Point, having a hard time of it. You see, my assistant had up and left a few days prior, so I was flying solo.
Your assistant left? Why?
The showman's life ain't for everybody. I don't fault him for it. Anyhow, Danny comes up and offers to help with the crates. You should have seen him. Eyes wide, hands shaking, downright charming. So Danny gives me a hand and we get to talking. Turns out he's got experience roping and shooting. Even gave me a demonstration. I offered him the job as my assistant on the spot. The rest, as they say, is history.
Would you care to recount some of your previous adventures?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid now just ain't the time. Soon as we have a respite, I'll be glad to regale you.
I'm impressed, Miss Leger. Never thought I'd live to see the day Jake refused to tell his story.
Just how did you come to learn about Clark's money?
Not long ago, I got to talking with a feller at the saloon. The whiskey had loosened his lips and he blabbed all about the success of his Aurum claim. But then he told me about how he'd invested most of that Aurum in Clark's research and how he wasn't the only one.
And you're certain these investors won't be wanting their money back?
Can't speak for the rest, but this feller won't. See, his aforementioned loose lips got him into trouble with some other folk. Poor bastard was shot dead in the street.
I see. Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Pitter patter, let's get at her. Let's see.
Guess it shouldn't come as a surprise that the front door is not wide open for us.
That's a serious-looking lock.
So, how are we supposed to get in?
Know if there are any locksmiths in town?
I'd prefer if we handled this ourselves. My old pal Captain Stokes is stationed nearby at Fort Beaumont. He owes me a favor, or two.
Maybe he could give us some high-powered equipment to get inside.
You read my mind, Danny boy. Wouldn't do any harm to take a look around out here first, though.
Okay, so let's see what we've got here.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla. There must be at least 30 empty bottles in these crates.
I once drank 10 bottles of sarsaparilla for a bet.
Did you win?
Well, yes, and no.
Doing some tidying, are we?
We might find some use for these. Come help me. I can't carry them all myself.
Hey, I ain't gonna start belly aching if you want to go around collecting refuse. Might fetch us a few shillings if we sell them back at the Jack of Diamonds.
There you go. And some for you.
Thanks.
I wish they'd do that again. I know some states do. I don't happen to live in a state that does the bottle return, which I think would be nice.
Must take ages for any correspondence to get out here.
Probably beats having to hike into town, though.
Looks like Clark missed his last mail delivery.
What have we got? Let's see here. Read.
Seems to be from another scientist.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I
Stop.
hope this letter finds you well. Upon
Don't need to
hearing
be up here.
news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you and your thankless labors in the wilderness. When they hounded you out after the expo, and I
Stop.
wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, you were undaunted. After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. The turning point in your fortunes, or so it seemed. Yet I am sure you will persevere once more. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government and this silly thing is lifted, I hope to take you up on your offer of a tour. If you've returned to the bosom of civilization by then, all the better. With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersole. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles me. Mine is destined for the scrapyard.
Okie dokie then. Let's see what
Good
else
doctor was pretty self-sufficient out here.
Let's see if there's anything else. Pull on. Let's just see the pull on it. See what happens.
This is one of the sturdiest locks I've ever seen.
I think we're gonna need to get creative. The fort stockpile might have something that could help.
Stockpile. Let's see here.
Wonder if Dr. Clark boarded these up himself.
I don't think we've got much else to do here. Oh, who are you?
What are you doing? This is no place for sightseers.
And just who in the ether are you?
Such disrespect. You toy with forces you do not understand.
The lady asked you a question, sir.
Heed my warning. Stay away from this place. Its mysteries are not for you.
Hey, wait!
You forgot your hat.
You forgot your hat?
What was that all about?
Good question.
If you can hear a noise, it's my cat. She snores something fierce.
Now there's something you don't see every day.
You can say that again.
No sign of that odd bearded fellow. I wonder where he scampered off to.
I reckon we got ourselves bigger fish to fry right now, Miss Legere.
Okay, so hang on a minute. Oh, I can't look at that right yet. What happened? Oh, that was me. Look at-
Tinfoil.
I
Why was
wonder.
that man wearing it as a hat?
might come in handy for something later. Can I? Oh, it won't let me. Guess we'll go over here then. Oh. Okay.
Hey, look, a show.
What a racket.
She's pretty good, though.
It's probably better than any of you.
Anda!
Nobody in sight, but I'm sure there are guards somewhere. Hey, anybody in there?
What is it?
We'd like to come in, please.
More unannounced visitors? Must be my lucky day. What country exiled you?
None. We just want to speak with Captain Stokes.
Afraid he's indisposed.
Why don't you tell Stokes that Jake Ackerman needs a word?
Gentleman Jake?
At your service.
We're not in the market for entertainment. It's like I said. Oh, dad blasted. Would you knock it off with the shooting already? I can't hear myself think!
Ignores him.
You call yourself a soldier when the sound of gunfire sets you quivering like a coward? Pathetic.
I mean, not quivering, I just can't think.
Look, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
What do you all get up to in this place?
I'm really not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Would you happen to know anything about the lab just over that way?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care to.
I mean, fair enough.
I wouldn't be asking to see Captain Stokes if it wasn't important.
I opened the gate for the last person who said that to me today. And what did I get as a reward? His 2 cronies raising hell for the past hour. No, ma'am, not again.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
I guess we'll talk to these.
Caramba!
Excuse me? I said, excuse me. Hey!
Caramba, you made me miss. What do you want?
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
I am Marisol de la Vega, Lieutenant General of the Constitutional Army of New Spain. My
Good on
compadre
you.
is Corporal Eugenio Garcia.
Pleasure. I'm Harley Legere, and these are my associates Jake Ackerman and Danny Luo.
Good to meet you. In answer to your second question, Eugenio and I are practicing our shooting while we wait for our jefe to conclude his business.
Who did you say you were waiting for?
Our leader, General Filomeno Marquez. Surely you've heard of him.
Can't say I have.
Afraid not.
Híjole, it really is true. Vespuccians don't pay attention to anything unless it happens right in front of their faces. You do not know of the new Spanish Revolution?
Should I?
Ugh,
What about this revolution, then?
I do not have the time or the desire to explain the particulars of our struggle to you. Pick up a
That's fair.
non-imperialist periodical if you can find one, and you might learn something.
This is hitting a little close to home, isn't it?
Do you know anything about the laboratory just over yonder?
That abandoned wreck is a laboratory?
It was at some point.
Clearly, you know more about it than I do.
Say, do you think you could practice your shooting somewhere else?
Why?
The fort guard isn't happy about the noise.
Well, then maybe he should choose another profession.
You're pretty good, but I bet I can beat you at shooting.
I am the best shot in New Spain.
Care to prove it?
Gladly. But a large stationary target such as this is not suitable for a contest. If you wish to challenge me, find some moving targets.
Can we use these bottles as targets?
Indeed, we can. Very well. Prepare to be humiliated.
Say, Jake, could you give us a hand?
My pleasure.
Oh gosh, so I gotta try to do
How
this?
many bottles are there?
About 30.
Then we will each shoot at 5. Whoever breaks the most wins.
Sounds fair.
I am feeling generous this morning. Would you like the opportunity to practice first?
Yes, actually.
Very well.
Ready with those bottles, Jake?
Yep, get ready. Set, incoming.
I'll get
God.
the next one.
Bottle in the air.
Jesus.
You missed.
Bottle in the air.
Damn it!
Bottle in
Damn.
the air.
Damn it.
Incoming!
Damn it.
I haven't shot one.
If that is the best you can do, I do not know why we are even bothering. All right, for real this time.
Oh shit.
Ready, set, incoming!
Damn it.
I missed
Here we
it.
go!
Damn
Oh,
it.
come
Here we
on.
go!
You missed.
I really missed. I
Incoming.
fucked.
You missed.
Bottle in the air!
Damn it.
Okay.
My turn.
These are
Incoming.
fast.
Take that.
You win.
Here we go!
Anda.
Here we go!
Take that.
Bottle in the air!
Anda.
Here we go!
Damn. I win.
That's fair, because
Better luck next time, sweetheart.
why didn't you do it, little sharpshooter?
Bye.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
You're good with your gun. What's the best way to hit a moving target?
Oh, well, I find concentration is key. Just visualize hitting the target and you won't go wrong.
How about an encore of your juggling ball trick? Beat that lady at shooting, and we can get her to practice elsewhere.
I see. Not a bad plan, but I make it a point never to perform without a crowd.
So it's
Ask
crap.
Danny. He's a good shot, but a little practice couldn't hurt him.
How are we supposed to get into the fort?
Good question. I figured it'd be a breeze, but the guard's ornery as a mama bear with a sore teat. We need to figure out how to get on his good side.
Any idea who that odd fellow with the beard was?
Not a clue. Sure seemed a few cows short of a herd, didn't he?
I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't cause us any trouble. Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Okay, well, let's...
Hey, Danny?
Ma'am,
How can we...
the guard seems upset about all the... Maybe
Yeah.
he'll warm to us if we can figure...
Who do you suppose that odd...
I don't know. He gave me a...
Okay, let's see.
You said before you were good with your pistols. Any advice on how I might best that loudmouth at shooting?
Moving targets aren't easy to hit. Best advice I can give is to try shooting just ahead of where you think it'll go. Of course, I could give it a try myself if you want.
Okay, Danny. Let's see what you've got. Think you can teach that show-off a lesson?
It'll be my pleasure. Excuse me, ma'am.
What do you want, boy?
I think I'd like to beat you at that bottle shooting.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh, I have
All
to
right,
do it?
kid. Let's see what you got.
Why don't you go first? Show me how it's done.
My pleasure.
Ready, set, here we go!
Híjole!
Bottle in the air!
Take that!
Here we go!
Dale!
Here we go!
Caramba!
Bottle in the air!
Take
I hope I
that!
don't have to shoot
Let's
for
see you
Danny.
beat that.
Ready, Danny boy?
Yep, don't worry about the warnings. Just throw.
Oh, good. Damn. Well done, Danny.
Don't believe this. Beaten by
A kid?
a chinito de mierda. Eugenio, vámonos de aquí.
She's not a very good sport.
Never mind her. That was some fine
That was
shooting.
well done.
Sure was. You weren't kidding about being good with those pistols.
It was nothing. But thanks.
Hey, guard!
Guard!
What is it?
Sure is a nice, peaceful morning, isn't it?
What happened to those cacophonous varmints?
They took their business elsewhere. Now, would you be so kind as to let us in?
So long as you promise to keep it down.
Deal.
Can do that.
Well now, what have we here?
I appreciate your hospitality, Captain, but I must admit I am perplexed by the change in your position.
It's not my position, General Marquez. It's the position of the government of the Commonwealth of Vespuccia. I have some discretion in the execution of my orders, but I'm sure you can appreciate that there's a chain of command.
I am, of course, most grateful for the aid you have rendered in the past. I am sure that your recommendations carry weight with your superiors. If you would be willing to lend your influence in support of our cause.
Perhaps we can speak of this at another time, Mr. Marquez. As I said, I have other concerns to deal with.
Of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Captain Stokes, you're a difficult man to see.
Ackerman, how the hell are you?
Leave this to me. I'll have Stokes eaten from the palm of my hand.
Good day, Captain. Madam? Just a moment. I have seen you before.
I'm surprised you saw much of anything after that tumble you had.
Ah, of course. The newspaper.
Oh, okay.
I owe you my thanks.
Happy to help.
What's your name, anyway?
Harley Leger. This is Danny Luo, and over there is Jake Ackerman.
Sir?
I am General Filomeno Marquez. Though Filomeno seems to be difficult for you Vespuccians.
Filomeno?
So, you may call me Phil.
Phil it is. Good to meet you.
And you? What brings you to the fort?
Well, Jake's the one who suggested coming here. Seemed to think Stokes could help us get into this abandoned lab somehow.
And why might that old ruin interest you, eh?
We're looking for something, and there's a chance we could find some clues there.
Only clues? Perhaps there are other useful items as well. In fact, I could get the laboratory open so we could both go in. If Stokes were not so stingy with his munitions.
How do you mean?
My specialty is demolitions and explosives.
Wow.
I just do not have any on hand right now. I thought perhaps the captain might once again be willing to assist a fellow warrior in a righteous cause, but...
It's like I told Mr. Marquez, my hands are tied. Much as I'd like to help, I've got enough to worry about with my men missing. In fact, I was just heading out to search, so if you'll excuse me.
Hold your horses, Captain. How about we come with? I'm sure you could use the extra eyes.
It's mighty kind of you, Ackerman. Can't promise it'll be safe, though. We'll be going near native territory.
Come on, Stokes. You forget who you're talking to? I laugh in the face of danger. We'll ride with you.
Your friend is quite the braggadocio, no?
That he is, and he doesn't ever seem to let up.
You're all in, then?
Apparently so.
I will accompany you as well.
Sorry, who are you?
Y'all can get acquainted on the trail. Let's get going. Sun's almost up. Appreciate y'all coming out with me. Strength in numbers and all that.
Our pleasure, Captain.
Exactly who is it you're looking for?
My first lieutenant, John Mulberry.
So when did your man go missing?
He left leading the patrol last evening and they never returned. I just hope the natives didn't get him. Things have been a bit tense of late.
What are you doing?
What makes you believe the natives are behind Mulberry's disappearance?
Our patrol perimeter goes close to their village. Wouldn't be
Why?
the first time we've come to blows over boundaries. They fall back once they see our superior firepower. Thankfully, they haven't got guns, but they've been getting mighty bold lately.
So you're saying they've gotten aggressive when you've gone near their land? Sounds to me like they're just defending themselves.
Mr. Leger, with all due respect, you've no idea what you're talking about. We've already given these folks an inch, but they haven't taken a mile. The government's tried appeasing them with treaties and such, but those ain't worth the paper they're written on. You'd sooner reason with a coyote.
Well,
I think the government's the guy. Oh.
Engines!
Hey, hey, hey! What are we shooting them for? You're going to their land.
So far, we have been stymied in our efforts to search Clark's laboratory. Captain Stokes let out a search patrol, and he let all us supplicants tag along. But it wasn't enough to deter the native war party that ambushed us. Stokes slipped the trap laid for him, leaving us four to stand in his stead. Now we await intelligence of our captors and some sign of our fate.
Well, isn't this a fine turn of events?
Okay.
Dried corn. At least we won't starve.
If that's all there is, starving might be preferable.
Must be for storage.
Wrong one.
Completely empty. Wonder what they use these for.
Head catchers would be my guess.
Hey, it's not funny.
It was not meant to be.
Empty.
For now.
Relax.
This basket's full of soap.
Well, at least we can keep clean.
Uh-huh. Except there is no water in here.
Then let's hope we can get out of here soon.
Just take the soap, because why not?
I suppose all of these were made here. Quite a collection.
Relax.
Hey, Danny?
What is it?
Relax, Danny. It'll be okay.
You think so?
Sure. If these folks meant us any harm, they wouldn't have bothered capturing
Right.
us.
I didn't think of it that way. I sure hope you're right.
Were you able to see how Captain Stokes fared?
I lost sight of him when I got knocked off my horse. Sure hope he made it, though.
Got any thoughts on how we might get out of here?
They took my guns, so... not really. You should ask Jake. He's the one with all the clever tricks.
I doubt
You
that.
and Jake must have gotten into scrapes like this before, right?
Well, I have, yes. Although it was before I met Jake. But is this really the time for stories?
Fair enough. Perhaps another time. Hey, Jake?
Miss Legere?
Making yourself comfortable?
Not really. His bench is hard as a rock. Could do with some back support, too. But it's as good a place as any to think of a way out of here.
Had any ideas for escaping yet?
You'll be the first to know, I assure you.
Did you manage to see what became of Captain Stokes?
No, I was a mite preoccupied. But I'm inclined to take the fact that he's not in here with us as a favorable sign.
Surely a fellow of daring do like yourself has been in a predicament like this before?
More times than I can count.
How do you manage to get free?
Well, you gotta understand, every situation's different. Easiest way's usually bribing a guard, but sometimes you gotta get creative. Well, there's one time but no, that wouldn't work here.
Why not?
'Cause I'd need a few things, and coming by them in here will be next to impossible.
If you've got a plan, it's at least worth trying.
I reckon you're right. Main thing I need is something pliable, like wax or soft wood. Then something sharp to shape it with, and finally some shiny material. Metallic looking would be best. Find me those things, we might be in business.
I'll leave you.
Okay.
Doesn't look very sturdy.
But it's barred on the other side.
Oh, what I would not give for a stick or two of dynamite right now.
A block of soap. Now, if only I had some water.
We have something metallic, right?
Smells like lye.
That's what they make. Soap out of, so something sharp.
Eh?
I never imagined volunteering for a search party would include free accommodation.
I must say, of everyone I have shared a jail cell with, you have the liveliest sense of humor.
So, this isn't the first time you've been locked up?
Certainly not. At least these people seem more hospitable to their prisoners than the Spanish.
Did you see what became of Captain Stokes?
Yes, though I wish I had not. Pinche cobarde.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
He turned and ran. took his men and abandoned
That
us.
sounds about right.
To think I held him as a man of honor. Bastardo! Oh!
Easy there, Phil.
Forgive me, but I cannot abide a deserter.
It takes a low sort to abandon someone who's counting on you. You heard Jake's plan. Got anything that might fit the bill?
I do not believe so.
Got any suggestions for how we might get out of here?
Not just yet. I want to see how things play out.
What do you mean?
Something about this does not feel right. We know very little of our captors. I cannot devise anything until that changes.
I'll just be over here.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let's see what happens if we yell at it, see what happens. Just
Hey, anybody out there? Let us out.
I'd save my breath if I was you.
Okay, so he needed... Select, give it to him.
Is this pliable enough for you?
This'll do nicely.
There's that. Here's... Here you go.
This sharp enough for you?
It'll do, it'll do.
Get some metallic, which will be that hat. So,
Will this work for what you need?
Shiny and metallic. Perfect. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You got everything.
Sure did. Now, will you tell me about this plan of yours?
I'm bluffing our way out of here. Give me a few minutes and you'll see what I mean.
I'm gonna make a shiv. Or a makeshift shiv.
Voila.
Or a gun.
You carved a gun out of soap and wrapped it in tinfoil?
That's right.
It's certainly creative, I'll give you that.
Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. Anyhow, soon as somebody comes in, I'll draw this and catch them off guard. You knock them out in the confusion, then we make our escape.
And you have confidence this will work?
These folk don't know firearms, they can't tell the difference.
But, what if...
Hello in there? I'm coming inside.
Well, ain't this fortuitous?
I think you need to relax. I'm not knocking anybody out.
Greetings. I'm Nadine. I've come to...
Hands up!
Is that a fake gun?
Yes?
So I say, isn't Nadine...
Don't mind my friend here. Nadine, was it?
Yes, Nadine Redbird.
Harley Leger. Wait a minute. Weren't you Doc Sedgwick's apprentice?
That's right. You know him?
We spoke briefly, and he took care of Phil over there.
That's good. I do miss working with him.
Does that mean this is a medical call?
The chief sent me to make sure none of you were hurt. She also wants to speak with whoever's in charge of your group.
That would be me.
All due respect, sir, but after that little trick you just pulled, you're out of the running.
I'll go then.
All right, come with me. I bring you Miss Harley Leger, representing the captives.
Thank you, Nadine. You may return and tend to the others.
I will.
Enter and be welcome.
Oh, thank you.
You may call me Chief Lutzi. I am responsible for the people of this village.
Pleasure's all mine.
You have violated the borders of the Autumn Nation, duly established by recognized treaty with your government. Miss Leger, why are you here?
Captain Stokes is missing some troops, and we were helping in the search.
You serve Stokes. Curious. You do not dress like a soldier.
We have nothing to do with the fort.
Who are you then?
I'm a journalist for the Rosewater Post. My companions and I are researching Dr. Bennett Clark. We only came to Stokes to ask for help getting inside the abandoned laboratory on the other side of the valley. Thought maybe you could spare some dynamite or something. But first we had to ride with him to find First Lieutenant Mulberry and his missing men.
I see. What did he tell you of us?
Let's just say he didn't paint a very pretty picture.
Unsurprising. Do you share his opinion?
No.
not at all. Stokes is just some windbag I met this morning. I'll make up my own mind.
Exactly.
That is good to know. The Autumn mean you no harm, Miss Leger. However, for months, the fort soldiers have routinely violated our borders and harassed our people. Just last night, a band of them came, led by this man, Mulberry. They attacked us in our fields and set fire to our crops.
Why?
Were there any casualties among your people?
No deaths, although a number were burned or wounded in the fight. As for Mulberry, we captured him. He is under guard in one of our empty storehouses.
Well, it sounds like
Stokes
he
has
deserves
turned our
it.
village into a prison. And now he is recruiting civilians to come after us. I fear this will not end until everything we have has been turned to ash. But I cannot allow that. Something must be done.
White people suck.
You're right. Can we help you in any way?
I believe so. And you can get what you're after as well.
I'm listening.
Our scouts have observed an army wagon making regular deliveries to the fort from Rosewater. It comes in the night, when few others are willing to travel. And always it arrives a day or two after the train stops in town.
Okay.
And that would be tonight?
Yeah.
I just arrived on the latest train into Rosewater.
Yes, exactly. I cannot know for sure, but I believe this wagon carries supplies, along with weapons and munitions. The soldiers use these to strengthen themselves, then come and deprive us of what little we have. If you and your people were to obtain them, it would be to our mutual benefit. We would have a means of defense. You would have the tools to enter this laboratory, and Stokes would be deprived of his armaments.
It's a bold move, but I think my companions will be willing to aid your cause.
I am glad to hear it.
Tonight, then, huh?
Tonight, or not at all. The cover of darkness will be to your advantage. Our scouts have also noted that only 2 men guard the wagon.
Oh, that'll be
Guess
easy
I better
then.
tell the others and get to planning.
You are welcome to rest here in the meantime.
Thank you, Chief Lutzi.
May the Earthmaker guide you.
Thank you. See? If you just sit down and talk for 5 fucking seconds, maybe you learn something. God, white people suck.
Everyone in good shape?
Mr. Luo has some minor bruising, but your friends are otherwise healthy.
Good to know. Hey, fellas, come on out here. We got some business to discuss.
It's pretty out there.
I take it your meeting with the chief went well?
It did. These are good people who can help us if we help them.
Helped them? With what?
With Stokes and the fort. Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taken prisoner while conducting an unprovoked raid on this village. A raid Stokes himself ordered.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into Otham territory and attacking them without justification.
It's true. I have treated many of the wounded myself.
Hijo de la... We cannot let this injustice stand.
That is troubling. But what can we do about it?
Chief Lutzi suggested we hit him where it hurts, the fort's supply chain. So we'll be carrying out our own raid on a delivery wagon.
And to think just yesterday you were having reservations about robbing folk. Reckon it's true what they say about the frontier changing people.
I don't know about you, but I don't feel too bad about lifting a little from the crown. It glitters enough already.
Exactly.
If the government is engaged in oppressing these people, you should be proud to resist.
Right.
Now listen up, because we've got some preparations to make. And the wagon will be coming through tonight, according to the chief. We can get the munitions Phil needs to get us into the lab, along with some weapons and supplies for the Otham.
Ah, the old 1-2 punch. I like it.
Only question is, what's the best approach?
I'm thinking we create a distraction. We get the wagon to stop, then you and I keep the driver occupied while Danny and Phil sneak the stuff out.
I prefer a more direct approach. You said the wagon was poorly guarded, eh? We have enough fighters to overpower them. When they see they are outmatched, we should be able to take what we need without firing a shot.
Wouldn't it be better to do this without drawing any attention?
Yeah.
You could set up a roadblock, then sneak out what you need while they investigate.
All good plans. Have you got anything, Danny?
No, but I think we should be careful.
Right.
Something like this could so easily go wrong.
So, what's it going to be?
Let's go with Nadine's suggestion.
Yeah.
I do think it's best if none of us are seen committing this act of banditry.
Agreed. This is a stealth job. Nadine and I will search the wagon. You boys hang back and take whatever we unload. Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
Let's be sneaky then.
What in tarnation? What's all this crap in the road? Oh, they don't pay me enough for this. Buford, get up here and help me.
We should hurry. I don't think we'll have long.
Just a bunch of uniforms. I think this one is rifle. They're all marked.
Isn't this delivery coming?
Let's get this out of here. This looks promising. Not while that crate's sitting. Help me with this, would...
We haven't much time.
Jackpot. Here's some dynamite. And a good cache of firearms. These should... There's also a...
What does it...
It's a manifest. Hang on. Here's the combination for that safe.
Whatever you do, be quick.
I'll be...
What is it?
Bars of Aurum. Lots of them.
Odd. Why deliver these to the fort?
Good question. Too bad they're marked. We could have had a nice payday, but at least there's a bit of loose cash in here.
Okay.
We should go.
Right. Let's...
Cool.
You have come back to us. Did you obtain what you needed?
Yes, with this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
Chief Lutzi, I am curious. Now that you can arm your people, what is your plan?
I can certainly understand your curiosity, General Marquez.
You know me?
We are close enough to the new Spanish border to keep informed of current events. To answer your question, we will defend ourselves.
Fair enough.
Peace has not worked against those who wish to harm us, so we must answer them with force.
You strike me as a wise and capable leader, but allow me to offer one piece of advice. Do not underestimate your enemy. Nothing angers a tyrant like a show of resistance.
I appreciate it, General, but I believe we will overcome.
I truly hope you do.
We found something else. A safe filled with Aurum bars.
And you did not take any?
They were all marked. Traceable. We'd have no use for them.
Caramba. It is always something, isn't it?
The last thing we need is the Royals on us for stealing their Aurum.
The Royal Police? Nah, out here they'd send in the army. Or God forbid, the Blackburns.
The Union Busters?
Unions, heads, you name it.
The big question is, why send Aurum to the fort?
An intriguing line of inquiry, but I ain't sure the fort's dealings should concern us.
Perhaps not. But I am curious as well. Something unusual is happening here. Stokes was all too happy to aid our cause before my exile. Now he acts like a stranger. It cannot be a coincidence. I am going to charge my Lieutenant General with finding out more about these shipments.
Chasing more wagons full of Aurum?
Something like that. It is clear there will be no more aid from Stokes now, and I still have an army to outfit. Perhaps we will find something we can actually keep.
If money's what you're after, maybe you'd entertain the notion of joining our posse. That goes for you too, Miss Redbird.
What are you talking about?
I'll explain everything on the way back to the lab. Danny, you stay here and help unload the supplies. You can give Nadine the lowdown. Come meet us at the lab when you're done.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the way back.
Much appreciated. Right, let's get a move on. You coming with us, Miss Legere?
Damn right. Someone's got to be sure you don't blow yourself sky high. And can it with the Miss Legere bunk? It's Harley.
Duly noted. Now let's get going.
Just one more thing before you go, Harley. You said you were a journalist, yes?
That's right.
Do you believe the townspeople would take an interest in our cause?
Some might. I can certainly tell my employer about the treatment you've received.
Please do. I have a statement I would like you to carry back.
Of course.
The Otham are a peaceful people. We wish to be your good neighbors and friends. But if a Vespuccian soldier or any other person comes with violent intent to harm us, we will do what we must to protect our people.
Got it. Would you be willing to sit for an interview with someone from the post?
Gladly. My words are for all who will listen with open hearts.
I'll make sure your message is received.
Thank you.
Here's your hat.
Thanks for showing us back, partner. We can take it from here. Well, would you look at that? Didn't think I'd be seeing old Jesse again. I'm keeping this arrowhead as a good luck charm. And who knows? Maybe some collector out there'd be interested in acquiring the arrowhead that nearly wiped out Gentleman Jake.
Híjole. Is he always like this?
Okay, let's see what we got here.
I wonder how things will go for the Otham now that they have firearms.
Well enough, I hope. Provided they don't point them at us.
The flag Stokes was carrying.
Pity it's in such a sorry state.
I shouldn't leave this here.
It's good to see someone who respects their country.
Eh.
You're quite certain you know what you're doing?
Just leave everything to me and stand far, far back.
That's a lot for just the door. You've probably just done one and been good enough.
Impressive work there, Phil.
Gracias.
And an explosion will certainly liven up your article. Eh, Harley?
Okay.
Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this.
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there. Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
Won't do us any good if there's nothing powering this place, though.
I can't see through. The window is too grimy. There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising. A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
Not really.
What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things. Not much left. Some books and a broken device.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
Anything interesting in there?
Not really. Probably why they were left behind.
Way too high for me.
Want me to give you a boost?
Nah, I still couldn't reach. I'll think of something else. Maybe this will help.
Or not.
Then again, maybe not. This is where all the cables wind up. I get the impression this is what powers everything in here.
We just need to get it running again somehow.
This may have held something interesting once, but now it's just lodging for spiders. I can't begin to fathom.
Nothing of use to us.
No handle. Must be.
Dios mío, what is this abomination?
Howdy, folks. Interested in learning about Coltit's miracle elixir?
Of course we are, little lady.
Then step on over here.
Some of these bottles are starting to collect dust.
Boy, oh boy, I sure wish I was you.
Beg pardon?
Why, today's your lucky day.
Is that right?
Yes, sirree. You're just in time to experience the travesty.
The what now?
Oh, dang. I mean, the majesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir. My name is Olivia Coltit, and I'm here to answer all your questions about this evolutionary new medication.
Are you sure you don't mean revolutionary new medication?
That's what I said. So, do you want to hear about it or not?
Say, do you know anything about that lab over there?
No, but I did hear a big boom coming from that way. Was that your doing?
No.
Oh, come on, you could tell me. I'm no tattler.
I said no. Now stop asking.
Fine, jeez.
Look, kid, we're not born yesterday, townies. You can spare us the song and dance.
Oh, leave her be. I think she's charming.
Thanks, mister. My daddy says that to get anywhere in this business, charm is financial.
I think you mean essential?
I know what I mean.
You wouldn't happen to be related to a kid in Rosewater named Jem, would you?
No, ma'am. Far as I know, I'm a lonely child.
Why are you parked in the middle of the desert when there's a town full of potential customers not 2 miles from here?
Oh, I'm just minding the wagon while my daddy's doing his business at the fort. But he told me to stand out here and detract anybody who might come by.
And has anyone else come by?
Oh, sure. Tons of folk. Only one who didn't stop was a feller on horseback. Too bad, 'cause the guy he was hauling looked like he could have used some elixir.
Fine, I'll bite. Tell me about this miracle elixir.
Glad you asked. From the maker of the widely popular Coltit's Emulsified Soporific comes Coltit's Miracle Elixir, the finest, most elective tonic in Vespuccia. Guaranteed to treat and cure all illnesses from arthritis to yellow fever. And for a special limited time, we're selling it for the treasonable price of just 5 crowns.
Sounds pretty miraculous, all right. What's in this elixir, anyway?
Oh, I don't know. Daddy's the one who makes it. Oh, but I know he gets his secret ingredient from some lady named Ethel. He always talks about her when he makes a new batch.
5 crowns seems a bit pricey. How about I give you 2 instead?
Sorry, ma'am. Daddy told me not to hackle.
All right, give me a bottle.
Yay! Thanks, ma'am. How about your friends? Want 2 more for them?
We'll share.
Oh, okay. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. And if we're gone by then, well, best of luck to you.
I think I've heard enough for now. We'll just be going.
It was a real pressure.
Whew! That'll put hairs on your chest.
That'll make your dick fall in the dirt.
Professor Xander Coltit III's Miracle Elixir. Guaranteed to cure what ails you. I'm sure that's the case if what ails you is sobriety.
I don't know if anyone's ever watched it, but there used to be this show on Hulu years ago. It was called Quick Draw. It was only on for like 2 seasons. It was really funny. This is all improvised, and it was about a sheriff in Kansas. But damn. But there's a point where they...
No handles. Must only open from the inside.
Who rang that
What
bell?
is it?
Did Captain Stokes come back here? We lost sight of him after the attack.
He's here. Don't think he's up to receiving anyone, though.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
But, there's a point they outlaw alcohol in the town, and so they decide, well, we'll use this, we'll call it an apothecary, and it's basically just straight liquor and opium and whatever is this medicine, like miracle elixir shit. Oh, hold on a minute.
Is this some kind of combination or code?
9207.
Nothing happened.
Okay. 9207. Hold on a minute. So we need something.
One of the dials is missing. Just my luck.
Hold on. Hold on. 0 turn.
It won't turn any further that way.
Okay. So we'll leave that there.
I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch.
That's fair enough. Can I? Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Select. I chuck it at it, and maybe that'll knock it down.
That's not going to help me reach the box.
Okay.
Can we talk?
What's... 'Cause you know I've been wondering about the... What do you suppose will happen?
I don't know. But at least they have a fighting chance now.
If Stokes attacks and they successfully fend him off, then perhaps he will leave them alone. But it will certainly not happen without bloodshed.
Well, best of luck to him.
Any clever ideas to get to that confounded box?
Not too many, I'm afraid.
Hang on, I've got an idea. Why don't you just shoot the box down?
Beg pardon?
Let's put that gunslinging know-how of yours to work.
I may be a showman, but I ain't a performing monkey. It's as
That's
I
exactly
said about
what you
those
are.
bottles. I never perform sharpshooting tricks without a crowd.
Crowd be damned. I want to see what's in the box.
You've proven yourself resourceful. I'm sure you can find a more practical way to get to that box that doesn't involve me wasting ammo.
I don't understand. You showed off your prowess with a gun before. Now all I'm hearing are excuses. Why so shifty all of a sudden?
All right, look. The truth is, I've gone might rusty. A couple of years ago, I could have done it with my eyes shut, but time ain't been kind to my hands.
So how did you pull off that juggling trick?
Danny's the one that shoots the ball from the wings. You want that box down so bad, ask him to help you when he gets back.
This place sure is something, isn't it?
I admit, I never gave much credence to all that ethericity business, but seeing all them contraptions and appurtenances, let's just say it's given me a new appreciation for Clark's tenacity.
Enough jabber. Let's push on. Hey, Phil? Let's talk.
What about?
Clark's lab is really quite something, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, something unnatural, something perverse. What possessed him to undertake this research is beyond me.
How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
Hang on. You have a university education?
Of course. Does this surprise you?
No, I just didn't think a revolutionary would have a degree.
Well, I do. From the Escuela Superior de Ingenieros in Madrid.
Probably be surprised most of them probably do.
I have to ask, what went on at the Rosewater Post?
That so-called newspaper editor dared to write that the People's Revolution was over, that we had been crushed by the forces of the Spanish army. Defeated, we will not abandon our cause. I demanded a correction. What did I get instead? A defenestration.
Rough break.
Yes.
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
That is a very long story, and I do not wish to relate it now. Perhaps another time?
Fair enough. Can you think of any way to get that box down?
I'm afraid reaching high things has never been my forte.
Right. Carry on.
Okay, so I can't reach. We gotta wait for Danny to get back, or...
At least Dr. Not much left. Some books and a broken device. What in the
I would...
Is there anything we could do to...
Dr. Clark. That thing has seen some action. Hey! Guess he doesn't want to talk. No handle. Sturdy. Hey,
What up? Whatever you...
Nobody in sight, but I'm sure there are guards somewhere. Hey! Guess he...
Okay, so we can't get in there. They won't let me go back to... What's it?
I'd prefer to keep the...
Keep the cloth dry. Okay, so...
Pretty common-looking leather pouch. Professor, I'm sure that's the case if what ails...
Can I put it in there? No. Nothing, nothing, nothing.
Fort Beaumont's parade flag looking worse for wear.
I need like a dial or something to get that going. Inspect. Let's see what happens if we inspect this. Here we go.
Sinister.
So something's working.
No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more.
Okay. Can I?
I can't remove it with my hands. I'll need a tool to unscrew it.
Which I need to get from up there, and I don't have anything. I don't think I have anything. Can I?
A wood. I have.
You
Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Nothing.
Wonder if Dr. Clark. A good doc. Must take ages.
probably be.
February 12th, upon hearing when they hounded you up after enduring such a trying year, one day when rationality again prevails in the hall with warm P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still back.
Trying to figure out how to get anywhere else, because there's something I'm missing here.
Professor Zane. My guess is the primary ailment these folks cure is swollen purses. Special?
Are you in?
Not right.
My daddy said I can't talk to you anymore then. Sorry.
I don't know what to do then, because we kind of hit a brick wall here, and it won't let you go anywhere else, which doesn't make any sense.
No?
You keep that, Harley. Well, thanks, but no.
No, thank.
Can we talk?
What's up?
Might I borrow that arrowhead for a spell?
By all means. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, too.
Enough jabber.
Wait, I could have gotten that arrowhead?
That's one sharp point.
Hang on 1 second. If I can use that, I could probably use it on that machine. Hang on. Come on. Inspect. So hang on a second. Let's have a look-see, because that might work. Come here.
Let's see if this...
Oh, look at me.
That did...
Bingo. Of course, that doesn't tell me shit.
No wonder the power's not getting through. This wire's all corroded.
Corroded. Wait a minute, corroded. Could we use that? Select.
This wire needs patching up.
Oh, wait, patching up. Hold on. I might have something. Select.
There's a thought, but this is
Maybe, though, I could use it with this. Hold on. Select that.
I hope this isn't considered treason.
Yeah, it's already destroyed. Here we go. Select.
That should do it.
I don't think it would, but you never know. Bingo.
No good.
Okay, so it needs more juice. So
No
what's
wonder
this?
the power's not getting through. This wire's all corroded.
Can I...
Let's put some of this elixir to good use.
Yikes. Okay, so... Bingo. There we go.
Fantastic.
Looks like Phil managed to get the door open.
I wonder if they found anything inside.
Well, that can't be good.
I'd say so, yes.
We are up and running.
Impressive.
This technology is amazing. What did this Clark fellow intend to do with such power?
I'm beginning to wonder about that myself.
Hey, guys.
Nice job getting the lights back on.
Get everything squared with the Otham?
I think so.
They're adequately supplied. They should be well off for some time.
Well, I suppose we should see about...
Hello? Is someone in here?
Damn. Looks like we've attracted some attention.
I come in peace. Please, make yourself known.
Guess we don't have much choice.
Hail!
Hi, honey.
Goodness, I wasn't expecting so many of you.
And we weren't expecting anybody at all.
And just who might you be?
I am Paul Burkhart, emissary of the Luminarians.
The what now?
We are disciples of Dr. Clark, protectors of his artifacts and legacy.
No kidding. So you must know all about him then.
Quite so.
Well, isn't this our lucky day? Can you tell us what you know about him?
If you seek enlightenment, we will be glad to share our wisdom with you. But let us all return to the commune. We must not further defile the sanctity of this place. Come, I am eager to learn about you all.
You never go to a second location.
Welcome to
well.
Christmas, friends. Feel free to explore, converse with the residents. You'll find we have much to offer. We'll speak again soon.
What an accommodating fella.
This is all very strange. You all might be into this porqueria, but I want no part of it. I am going back to the lab.
Suit yourself. All right, let's see what we can learn about where Clark's stash might be. But let's not overplay our hand, shall we? If anybody asks, our interest is purely academic.
I'm really not a good liar, Mr. Ackerman.
Shoot, nobody's asking you to lie, sugar. Just withhold certain details. We're interested in learning about Clark. That's all there is to it. Come on, Danny. Let's see where our friend's gone off to.
I know lying doesn't come natural to some. For others, it's like breathing. Don't take this amiss, but if you'd like some pointers, sometimes it's good to be able to keep certain things to yourself you don't want everybody and his uncle to know.
Oh. All right.
Make sure you don't break eye contact. Shifty eyes are a telltale sign of dishonest intent.
You seem to have a lot of experience in these matters.
I think sometimes the truth can do more harm than good. A lie can be a kindness.
Is that really what you believe?
If what someone doesn't know can't hurt them, why shatter their peace? Or bring trouble down on somebody else just for principle?
Dishonesty is disrespect. For others, for God, for oneself. For instance, I would never conceal the truth from a patient, no matter how grim the outlook.
Well, I won't argue with that. Bodies should know what they're up against. I don't lie to hurt people. Sometimes it's just the only way.
That's good to know, I guess. Your advice is appreciated. I'll just see what I can find out on my own.
Okay, hang on one second. I want to see something here. Okay, so I've been playing a good minute anyway, so we'll leave this off here with that since we just saved. So I'll come back at a later time and continue on with the story in the next episode. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to jump down that like button if you did like it. Leave a comment down below with any other game suggestions, queer-owned businesses that you'd like to share. Be sure to check out the Queer Liberation Library or go to your local library and sign up as well. These all very important stuff. Share this channel with your friends and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already to see other videos that I've done. I will see you all in the next one.